Hey everybody, welcome back to Veteranbassin. Today we're going to be talking about my personal opinion on the top baits to be using for the winter. Stay tuned. So the fall is over with. Well, actually I'm a little bit late, you know what I'm saying, because, I got a lot going on. Speaking of which, tomorrow I get surgery done. Tomorrow is my surgery day, and I'm thankful, but yet I'm still a little bit, a little bit nervous about it, considering the fact that they told me some of the things that could go wrong. But with that being said, let's push past that, and we're going to go ahead and get on to my top 5. So, like I was saying, fall is over with. The water is starting to get cold. The fish are pushing off, going into their winter hunts. And people most likely think more finesse, which is true. Finesse is something that works very well in the winter. But there are times where power fishing work just as well. So these are going to be my top baits. I'm not going to give it a specific number, but I am going to tell you that I don't know where I'm going to stop. So let's start off. Now the first one that I'm going to say, especially in this cold water, has to be an A-rig. Now I forgot my A-rig box, back in the fishing cave, and I just kind of thought about this video as far as that. But in any case, I did not have a chance to get it out with preparing for surgery. So it would be the A-rig. Big fish love the A-rig. Big fish love the A-rig. Now this video is not going to be a quick one, so I'm going to say it, short and sweet. With the A-rig, on non-sunny days, you want to use a bladed A-rig, kind of like the blades on a spinnerbait. On sunny days, I would not go with a bladed A-rig. Wouldn't do it. Now, as far as the bait selection on the A-rig, most of the time, here in Georgia, we can have 5 hooks. All of them can be hooks on an A-rig. But in your area, it might not. So, in your area, for you guys that can't have 5 hooks, I suggest you get you a 3.8 Kitech or Saucy Swimmer. Oh, that light is in the way. Let me see. But anyway, a 3.8 Saucy Swimmer, right? And that's for your non-hooks. For your hooks, you want to go with a 4.3 to a 4.8, either Saucy Swimmer or Kitech. Number 2 on my selection, I would have to say, would be a blade bait. A blade bait. And again, I don't have it with me. Most of my stuff is put up except for the stuff that I'm going to be talking about most of the time, majority of the time. So forgive me on that. But with a blade bait, and you've seen me do it before, we're not going to say that. Think lipless crankbait. Right? With a lipless crankbait, you've seen me fire it out there, and you see me yo-yo it back. Just a slight lift of the rod, where you feel that vibration. Hold your rod tip up and let it pendulum back to you, and you complete the process. Blade baits come in with stock hardware. Your clips, I would change those out to O-rings, and I would change out the hooks. But go with a blade bait. Number 3 on my list would be the crankbait. The crankbait. More so, you want to go with deep diving, because the fish, again, they are in their one hunt, so they're sitting real low in the water. But you want to speed crank. Y'all seen me do this multiple times. Actually, my biggest fish that I've ever caught was speed cranking in the fall. But one of the things that you should also notice is the color selection of what I'm picking. Majority of it is going to be natural color selections. Now, this is a very quick video, so I pretty much just grabbed some stuff and tried to, get you a video out there, considering the fact I'm about to go into surgery, and I really won't have time to, plan ahead and so forth and so on as I'm getting ready. So, I said that was 1, 2, 3. Number 4 in this video that I'm going to say will be a jig. A jig. I mean, what can I say about a jig? The darn thing works year round. It works year round. Now, this is a Arky style casting jig. No, you want to go with a football jig. Again, this is kind of a rush. You want to go with a football jig. And I would say 1/4 ounce or smaller. You want to go on the finesse side of things with this. If you can get away with a 1/4 ounce, do that. Do that if you can get away with a 1/4 ounce. But if not, you want to go with the finesse football jig. The finesse football jig, even though it is small, and even we'll say even a 1/4 ounce. Hold on. Let me see. I did get out my jig box, and I should have went ahead and pulled one out. I'll let you compare. Now, this is a 3/16 ounce finesse jig. This is a standard 1/2 ounce. See the difference? Finesse, standard. 3/16 ounce, and this is also a casting jig, but it, again, football jig. I use this for different other reasons. The winter is here. The grass and died back. There's no really need for a casting jig unless you have very deep submerged timber, and even then I wouldn't use it. I still go with the football head. Back to what I was saying on that. Jigs just catch big bass. They do. They catch big bass no matter what size jig you use. And if you really notice, a lot of these smaller fish that you've been catching late spring through the fall have all of a sudden vanished, right? So majority that's out there that's still hanging around are them big girls. You know what I'm saying? So the winter time can be one of your best times to catch your biggest bass. It can be. It can be if you use the right equipment. Now, line size for these jigs. 15 to 17 pound test. Stay there. Unless you're going finesse, then I'll drop it down to 12 pound and you let your drag help you to get them in the boat. Next on the list, make sure, is an old goatee, and I got 2 for a very specific reason. And again, I just pulled this one out. This is not part of the color scheme that I would normally go for. This all is though. You have a more natural color. Again, they're going for shad. You know what I'm saying? It's wintertime, you want more shad, more natural colors. So, Net rigs. Net rigs are phenomenal in the winter. They are. This is more the finesse side of things. You know? And I got two different styles. I got the silent, which is the Z-Man, and I have a rattling neg from the Guggen baits. So, in the more stained water, I go with the Guggen baits. You know, I give it that little extra rattle to help them find the bait. But on clear water, sunny days, I go with the silent neg. I forgot to tell you where I fish all of these things. I really did. Let me see. Where did I start off at? A-rig. I pretty much fish those on deep points, bluff walls. That's about it. Blade bait. I fish those in the hollows, also on bluff walls, and still using the yo-yo technique. Jig, I fish that everywhere. Everywhere. If I find fish, throw the jig. That's just what it is. You know, you can't go wrong in the winter with a jig, especially for this. Ned, because you have the exposed hooks, I fish those at the end of long, deep points. Long, deep points, I fish those. Rocky points also. Also that with the jig. Next on my list will be in the jig family, but it is a bladed jig. Bladed jig. And I go with white. I go with the white. You know, it takes a lot of rod snaps and twitches, just like, well, not really rod snaps. I change up my cadence with the bladed jig, and I do rod snaps with the A-rig. So, with the bladed jig, which, let me pull that out, because I didn't show y'all this year, and then I'm in the rush, because I got to do this thing where, you know, you got to wash with antibacterial soap, like before bed and then first thing in the morning. So I got to do all of that. In any case, bladed jig. This is the Guggen Squad clickbait. I also use the Thunder Cricket and the Jackhammer. This is just the first one that I grabbed out, but again, everybody knows who's been following the channel, I support Guggen. Again, with the Guggen, with the bladed jig, you kind of do a steady retrieve, and then you kind of either speed it up or you just stop. And then, just for a split second, to let it stop and fall and then take off. That right there is enough to get a reaction strike. With the A-rig, it's rods twitches as you go, and that's going to make the A-rig float in and expand, separate, that kind of deal. Last but not least, and I know I ain't got it in here, is the jerkbait. It's the jerkbait. The jerkbait is one of those, and specifically, I'm going to say the Megabass 110. Well, the Megabass series. The 110, the 110 plus 1, the 110 plus 2, the juniors of those. That's what you want to get, but make sure you upgrade your hardware. There's just something about Megabass where, you know, the hooks just ain't, you know what I'm saying? But in any case, fire it out there, you know, twitch, and because it's the winter, your cadence becomes longer. So instead of in the fall, where you would twitch, pause, twitch, pause, twitch, pause, twitch, pause. You may go up to a 10-second count, and then twitch. Wait another about 10 seconds, and then twitch. It's a very slow count, and what that is because the fish are more lethargic in the winter, so you have to give them time to get to the bait before you, because if you out there just twitching it and cold weather, it doesn't look natural because fish do not move like that in cold weather unless they're being chased, and then it's just really just, you know, quick movements, and then they're going back down to lethargy. That's just what it is. Well, with that being said, those are my selections for the winter. I regret that I will not be able to fish in the winter, which kind of hardens my heart. I did get to do a little bit of hunting, which y'all will see that here soon, and it's just one of those things. I'm hoping to be back out on the water at least after the spawn. Hopefully, you know, who knows what the Lord may bring. But with that being said, thank you everybody out there who's been rocking with the channel. I shall see you guys pretty much after the surgery. I got a couple of more videos in the backlog. I might edit, but hopefully I see you guys after the surgery. Veteranbassin 1.